with my tired brain. Very important philosophical questions.
What is the cause of mental illness?
It's genetic mostly. It's just the brain. Sometimes people are taller than other people. Sometimes people are stronger than other people. Sometimes people's eyes don't work. Sometimes people's brains don't make the right chemicals. And that's all we are. Just a bunch of chemicals and electrons. Of course, I happen to believe in the soul myself. Purpose beyond what our own physical existence is. But that's something that I've chosen to believe in. There's certainly no proof or evidence of it. And in fact, the very existence of proof would sort of negate the meaning behind the belief and the faith. So I certainly don't go looking for any validation, but you have to look inside yourself to find, what you truly believe is what you want to believe in yourself, because that comes from within you. It shouldn't come from an outside source. Although religion gives us a good stepping stone into developing our own theories and our own, practices. Like, when you're a kid, you can't be told, go out into the world, find your own meaning, and make your life meaningful in your own way. Because, kids, they're just kids. So what we teach kids is, this is the Bible, this is what happened, and this is Jesus, he died for our sins. Or in a different religion, this is Buddha, this is Allah, or, what have you. And, this is Sadie, our God, whatever, whoever you worship. The basic religious texts give us, what? The devil, yeah, if you worship the devil, whatever. Okay. But, these religions, they give us a basic set of rules that we learn by. And, whether you're a Christian, whether you believe in God...
This is about mental illness.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever. Whether you're a Christian or not, or whatever, whether you're religious or not, an atheist or not, you have to agree, well, you don't have to, but I would endeavor to agree that, the teachings of the Bible are still valid. To say that you should practice humility, that you should be kind to your fellow man, that you should forgive people for, hurting. Yeah, mobsters are an exception, obviously. But, those are basic... What? CIA. And the CIA, yeah. But, those exceptions aside, and these are teachings that, span across multiple religious works, whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, a Buddhist, it's still, generally just be good to each other and, try to look out for each other and be the best person that you can be. And whether you believe in, a holy deity or not, those are still important values. And I think they're sort of core humanistic values too. And, that have been stigmatized by society, fair enough, but are still, I think, good things, because it benefits all of society. If we were all like that, then, there's peace and love. But, so, the religious texts, while I don't believe them word for word, I think that they are a great place to start, and a place where, religion is, it should mean something. It's more than just going to church, believing in the words of a book. It's looking inside of yourself and looking beyond yourself, beyond what you see, beyond what you experience, and to really speculate about the meaning of life and the meaning of existence and the nature of, everything that we are. Because what is reality beyond our perception? And, there's no possible way that we can know what is beyond ourselves. All we can do is, speculate, and it's an ongoing process throughout your whole life, constantly evaluating and thinking about, and, there are no answers. Until we die, we don't know for sure. And I don't mean to be like, agnostic or anything. I do consider myself a Christian, but, I think that religion is an important part of people's lives, and some people have chosen to give that up, atheists, and I don't judge them poorly or whatever, but I think that it's a good thing to have a belief in something beyond yourself because, well,
Comfort.
huh?
Comfort.
What?
Never mind.
Just talk louder so I can hear you.
I'm not supposed to be in this video.
You can be in the video if you want.
I don't want.
This was supposed to be you asking me a bunch of questions instead of just waffle on about religion.
How do you feel about non-heterosexual marriage?
Oh my. That's a good question. How do I answer this? Well, I have a few opinions on it, and I'm still speculating. But obviously, I believe that there can exist a true love between two members of the same sex. Absolutely. And, love doesn't have any boundaries as far as, sexuality goes, as far as gender goes. But I guess really the point is more political than not. And, you have Christians arguing that, marriage is our tradition. It's a Christian thing, and gays should not be allowed in Christianity. Well, that's not true. I don't believe in that. To be honest, what it's really about is more, there are legal documents, and I don't know the details of it, so I can't claim to be an expert on this. But when people are married, there are certain benefits and certain things that they are registered as with the government, like dependents, and it affects his taxes and everything. And so, that's really the main reason behind the whole gay marriage is bad. And of course, there's a huge amount of like religious dogma type people too. But really, it's just people being kind of bigoted and we resistant to change, I guess. And some people are against the very belief, and they think it's disgusting or gross. But one thing that I am certain of is that two members of the same sex can love each other the same way that two members of the opposite sex can love each other. I love my dad, for example, as a father, and I love my best friend Nathan as a brother, and you can. That's a real connection, between two people, and a real relationship. And so I don't. What? Just talk louder, please.
No, just continue.
Okay, so yeah, there can definitely be a relationship between two people, and I guess it depends on how you view marriage, because to some it's a symbol of their love and their devotion to each other, and being together forever, and that's really nice. And I think that gays and all types of people should be able to take part in that if they want to express themselves that way, if that's what they believe it is. But to be honest, marriage is like a weird tradition. It's like we go into a church and we dress up in these fancy gowns, and we say this and this, and you say I do, blah blah blah. Why can't we invent a new tradition? Surely marriage was invented somewhere along the line. So why can't we just make up our own vows? Who needs like the traditional marriage? But that's where the political issue comes in, because marriage is registered with the state. It's recognized as like a legal binding type contract with the government, and that's politically motivated. And I can understand why gays would want the right to do it, because it's like, well, why wouldn't you give us the right? We love each other. Why can't we get married just like you? And I think that legalizing gay marriage is definitely a step in the right direction. But really, what we should do is just forget these, like cultural norms and, basic like social, blah 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 blah. Our society. It's too complicated. Like, why do we need all these rules and regulations? So that's my answer. I don't think that marriage itself is really that significant because it's just an event like made up by us, made up by humans. And there are many ways to express love for each other and devotion for each other. Although marriage being what it is and being the widely practiced thing that it is, we should allow gays to be able to do it because they can love each other just as we do.
Okay,
Anything
one more
else?
question. How do you feel about your boyfriend, Keith?
Okay, I don't have a boyfriend, Keith, because I'm not gay. I have nothing against gays, but I'm not gay myself. I don't have a boyfriend named Keith. I have a girlfriend whom I love very much, but no boyfriend. No Asian boyfriend with blonde hair. This is an inside joke. Don't pay attention.